Hi, this is Susan here from Nigeria. This is what I learned in just my first week understanding sites and child psychology and child development. Research have proven that children develop differently mentally because of their exposure and because of what they have been connected with. This is why, in dealing with children, in dealing with in dealing with kids, we need to follow a lay down process to be able to help them, since we understand the fact that every child is not coming from one and go. And for this, the theories that have been proven to be effective in these cases were done by two psychologists. One is Brofena. Brofena's approach or theory is also known as the bioecological theory. Now, this theory centers around just environmental influences. Brofena argues that every child has a different stage of development, and because of this, his theory was subdivided into five classes of how a child is being developed mentally. Now, the first is the microsystem. The microsystem focuses around a child's close connection with the environment. Like, this is more like the basic development every child goes through. Example of this is a connection of a child and his parents or her parents at home or in school, a child's connection with his teacher. So this actually really focuses, it really affects a child who is really close to the parent is different from a child who is really far from the parent. The stages in their development differs, and Brofena's theory is giving us a clear view of how to deal with every child from different level. Now, the second type of system, according to Brofena's theory, is the mesosystem. Now, the mesosystem centers around the microsystem, but it's not really as deep as the microsystem, but it centers around it, because the microsystem is a connection of a child and his parents, or a teacher and a student. But mesosystem, is actually focused on a parent's activities in a child's school life. Now, a parent is being involved in a child's school life is a way of connecting with the child, but not a fully connection as when the parent is always available for the child as of the microsystem. So the mesosystem is just focusing on the parent activities concerning the child's education. A parent wants to be involved in what the child has been exposed to in school. That actually gives like a connection for the child and the parents. A parent who is actually like involved in the child's education is actually a great sign for relationship, but it's not a full-blown sign as of when the parent is fully involved in the child's life. So this is another stage that we would want to look at, because Brofena's theory is bringing us into this light. Then the third system is the macro system. Now, the macro system is focusing around the support a child gets from security. Now, the security could come from the custom, it could come from laws, it could come from traditions. A good example is this. The race, our race differs. Now, I am here in Nigeria, and we have different customs as of different states in Nigeria. Somebody from the Yoruba tribe would definitely act differently from somebody from the Igbo tribe, and somebody from the Igala tribe will act differently from somebody from the Sokoto tribe. So what I'm saying, I'm going to come up out there, a black child behaves differently from a white child because of what they have been exposed to as a result of their customs or as a result of their tradition. So this is where the macro system centers around. So a child's development is actually being triggered by what they've been exposed to from their environment and their customs and the security that they get. So if they get a security from the community that they are part of, it actually plays a huge role in their mental development. Then he moved on to the exosystem. Now, the exosystem does not involve the child at all, but it plays a role in the child. For instance, an example of this is it's like I said, it's not really involve a child, but certain activities that centers around this exosystem affect the child, because anything that has to do with exo means outer, outer, it's not really inside, but it plays a huge role. For instance, I'm going to use this example. The work schedule of a father could actually affect a child. For instance, a child in the school day, like parents are supposed to come for a school day in a child's activities, and the parents can't come because of work schedule. That actually affects children. They feel left out, they feel like they don't belong, because they could see their other colleagues with their parents, and their parents are nowhere to be found. So because of their parents' work schedule, it actually plays a role, like it brings a shift between the parent and the child. So this actually affects children mentally. A parent's work schedule, it could be the security of the work, it could just be everything that has to do with the parent's work that would not make him or her available for the child, actually affects children. So this is where the exosystem focuses around. So it's not really for the child alone, but it's just something that can be seen, but it actually plays a huge role in a child's development. Then the last system is the chrono system. Now the chrono system refers to the effect of time on children. Now as a child grow, and even their development, so as a child grow, a child who is 6 would behave differently from a child who is 12. A child who is 12 would behave differently from a child who is 18. So the location matters, the personality matters, and the physical attributes matters. But even a child who is in a home of an expectant parent could also it could also linger in that. It can affect kids. Kids feel left out when they feel mom is going to have a baby brother, or maybe is going to have a new baby, and I am not in the picture. Like, I need to get my parents' approval, I need to get my parents' attention, because I need to feel involved. It actually affects children. So this chrono system, it plays a huge role, but this focuses more on time, and it focuses more on development, as of the others that focuses just within the child, within close range, and just around close range. But chrono system is focusing about environment, it's focusing about around time, and it's focusing around stages in life. So Brofena's theory is just, for me, in summary, I believe Brofena's theory just focuses more on the environmental aspect. He believes everything children are being exposed to actually affects their way of development. He is not going further about it, but because he needs to clarify his proof, he came up with 5 stages to be able to understand children and development. So we could be able to put them through, we could be able to relate with them in different areas. Then the second psychologist who also came up with his own theory is Gilbert Gottlieb. Now Gilbert is arguing that aside the environment, genes also play an important role in a child development, and aside genes, also behaviors too. He strongly talked about this, and his theory also it has proven that yes, it is true, because a child who is from a descendant of giants would definitely show attributes of giantry. I hope that's a word, but that's true. He would show his physical attributes will show he's going to be tall, he's going to be huge, he's going to be just masculine fit, if that's the word. But it's going to show a huge development as compared to a child who is from a skinny race. You see, that's why Gilbert is saying no. Aside environment, we should also focus on the gene, because gene also plays an important role in a child development. A skinny child cannot be ascertained for a giant, from my example that has been given. And so in summary, all I'm saying is development in children, in life, development in general is a systematic change in life. It's a systematic change in life, whether for humans, whether for environments. It's just a systematic change. It's something that is not constant. We're definitely going to see a progress in that. And nature and nurture interacts in a child's development. So nature and nurture actually intertwine. This is where Gilbert's theories coming in place and Brofena's theories coming in place. So we come here and then with from their theory we come to understand that aside nature and aside nurture, genes also affect a child's development. So this is actually what this is talking about. And this actually affects child development in every level. I'm sorry, I'm reading from my book. I just can't put everything up in my head. So basically, I basically from what I read and basically from my readings and what I learned from my class, it helps me understand that child development varies. We can't deal with one child with the same system to deal with the other child. So for us to be able to help children in general and to come to different level, we have to follow this theory. Now this theory keeps us in check. It helps us understand children better. It helps us know how to relate with them from all angles. So we don't get stuck when trying to help one child and another. And it has proven effective. If we look in our everyday life, we still tend to find that as long as aside us being not being kids, this also help us understand us better and also to help us understand the kids better and also to help us ascertain how we could put everything that we've researched together to be able to help kids out. So yeah, that's all I'm saying in summary. So thank you.